Good evening once again, football fans. Big Al here on this late Wednesday, September 27th, 2023. And welcome in to the Week 5 college football television schedule and all the announcers for every game. Now, let's waste no time and jump onto the 506sports.com website and look at the schedule, run down all the games and all the announcers. First, a breakdown of the schedule. We have 3 games on Thursday, and we have 4 on Friday. Then you have your full slate on Saturday. So off we go with the Week 5 college football television schedule. It all kicks off Thursday with 2 games kicking off at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. On CBS Sports Network, it's Middle Tennessee at Western Kentucky. Alex Del Barrio and Malik Zaire. Also at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific on ESPN, Temple at Tulsa, Matt Berry and Dan Mullen. Final game of the night is at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on ESPNU. Jacksonville State at Sam Houston State, Drew Carter and Dustin Fox. Now to the 4 games on Friday. At 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific on ESPN, Louisville at NC State. Anish Sharaf, Andre Ware, and Paul Carcaterra. On CBS Sports Network at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, Louisiana Tech at UTEP. Carter Blackburn and Robert Turbin. Also at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on FS1, number 10 Utah at number 19 Oregon State, Tim Brando and Spencer Tillman. And at 10:15 Eastern, 7:15 Pacific on ESPN, Cincinnati at BYU, Clay Matvick and Aaron Murray. Now to Saturday, starting with the early afternoon portion of the schedule, where you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games getting underway at 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. On ABC, it's Clemson at Syracuse. Dave Pasch, Dusty Dvorak, and Tom Luginbill. On Fox's Big Noon Saturday, it's number 8 USC at Colorado, Gus Johnson and Joel Klatt. On ESPN, it's number 22 Florida at Kentucky, Joe Tessitore and Jesse Palmer. On ESPN2, you've got UAB at Tulane, Roy Philpott and Roddy Jones. On ESPNU, South Alabama at James Madison, Courtney Lyle and Hudson Mason. On the SEC network, Texas A&M takes on Arkansas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington with Dave Neal and Derek Mason. Then you have 2 games of regional interest on BTN. Some will see number 6 Penn State at Northwestern with Mark Followell and Jake Butt. Others will get Louisiana at Minnesota, Chris Folsters and Brock Vereen. On CBS Sports Network, Utah State at Connecticut, Chris Lewis and Ross Tucker. And streaming on ESPN Plus at 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, Buffalo at Akron, Anthony Lima and Ryan Kavanaugh. At 1:30 p.m. Eastern, 10:30 a.m. Pacific on ESPN Plus, Eastern Michigan at Central Michigan, Dan Gukowski and Marcus Ray. On the CW, it's another ACC matchup with Virginia at Boston College, Tom Wormy and James Bates. That's at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. A half hour later at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, 11:30 a.m. Pacific on ESPN Plus, Miami of Ohio at Kent State, Michael Reggie and Gerard Cherry. On the Pac-12 network at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon Pacific, Arizona State at California. J.B. Long and Shane Vereen. That brings us now to the late afternoon portion of the schedule, where you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 games kicking off at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, 12:30 p.m. Pacific. On ABC, it's number 24 Kansas at number 3 Texas. Sean McDonough and Greg McElroy. On the Home Depot SEC on CBS, it's number 1 Georgia at Auburn. Brad Nessler and Gary Danielson. On Fox, it's number 2 Michigan at Nebraska. Jason Benetti and Brock Heward. On FS1, you've got Baylor at UCF, Eric Collins and Devin Gardner. On FS2 is Houston at Texas Tech, Dan Hellie and Petros Papadakis. On ESPNU, Northern Illinois at Toledo, Jay Alter and Renee Igogila. And you have 2 more games of regional interest on BTN. Some will see Indiana at Maryland, Connor Onion and Matt Millen. Others will see Wagner at Rutgers, Lisa Byington and Anthony Harrington, or Anthony Herron, I should say. Sorry about that. On the ACC network is Bowling Green at Georgia Tech, Chris Cotter and Mark Herzlich. On CBS Sports Network, South Florida at Navy, Jordan Kent and Randy Cross. Streaming exclusively on Peacock is Illinois at Purdue, Brandon Burke and Michael Robinson. And then the final 3 games at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, 12:30 Pacific are all streaming on ESPN+. And only one of these games has a broadcast team, and that's Ball State at Western Michigan with Doug Sherman and Forrest Connolly. The other 2 games, Arkansas State at Massachusetts and Old Dominion at Marshall, have no broadcast teams announced. At 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific on ESPN2, Boise State at Memphis, Beth Mowins and Kirk Morrison. On the SEC network, it's number 23 Missouri at Vanderbilt, Lowell Galindo and Derek Mason. At 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific on Hawaii pay-per-view, Silver State Sports and Mountain West Conference Digital. Hawaii at UNLV. No broadcast team is announced for this game. Also at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific on Mountain West Conference Digital, New Mexico at Wyoming, and once again, no broadcast team is announced for this game either. At 6 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific on ESPN, number 13 LSU at number 20 Ole Miss, Bob Wischusen and Robert Griffin III. And at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 p.m. Pacific on the Pac-12 network is number 9 Oregon. Is that 9? Yeah, number 9 Oregon at Stanford. Roxy Bernstein and Lincoln Kennedy. Now to the early evening and late evening portion of the schedule. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games kicking off at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. On FS1, Iowa State at number 14 Oklahoma, Jeff Levering and Mark Helfrich. On the NFL Network, Coastal Carolina at Georgia Southern, Jason Ross Jr. and Teoka Jackson. And then you got 4 games streaming on ESPN+. Abilene Christian at North Texas is James Westling and LaDarren McClain. East Carolina at Rice is Richard Cross and Taylor Mahardway. Texas State at Southern Miss and Troy at Georgia State have no broadcast teams announced. Also at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific on Mountain West Conference Digital is Utah Tech at Colorado State, and there is no broadcast team announced for this game either. They have 4 more games at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 p.m. Pacific. On ABC, it's number 11 Notre Dame at number 17 Duke. Reese Davis and Kirk Herbstreit. On NBC's Big Ten Saturday night, it's Michigan State at Iowa. Noah Eagle and Todd Blackledge. On ESPNU, Charlotte at SMU. John Schifrin and Rocky Boyman. And on the SEC Network, South Carolina at number 21 Tennessee, Tom Hart, Jordan Rogers, and Cole Kubalik. At 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on ESPN2, 1 of 4 games getting underway at that time, West Virginia at TCU, Dave Fleming and Brock Osweiler. On the ACC Network, Pittsburgh at Virginia Tech, Mike Monaco and Tim Hasselbeck. On CBS Sports Network, San Diego State at Air Force, Rich Waltz and Aaron Taylor. And on ESPN Plus at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, Appalachian State at Louisiana Monroe. No broadcast team has been announced for this game. At 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on ESPN, number 12 Alabama at Mississippi State, Mark Jones, Rod Gilmore, and Quint Kessenich. At 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on the Pac-12 network, number 7 Washington at Arizona, Ted Robinson and Yogi Roth. And the final game of the night is at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Pacific on FS1. Nevada at number 25 Fresno State with Dan Hellie and Petros Papadakis. And that is a look at the Week 5 college football schedule and the television announcers for every game. That is it for tonight. Join me again tomorrow as I unveil my Week 4 NFL picks. In the meantime, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Ring the bell and get notified every time I go live. Big Al signing off. Thanks for watching and enjoy the pigskin. Peace out.